Well, congratulations.
Thank you. It was
Holy sh**. Oh, it's a rocket.
it was unbelievable.
Hello, fellow aviators. Grab some coffee and join us in celebrating these amazing accomplishments in aviation by builders and pilots. Welcome to Katie's Report. Welcome to the Experimental Aircraft channel. This is our new segment, Katie's Report, where we'll be talking about recent completions, first flights, and some aviation news. Today we celebrate two first flights here in the USA. Alan and Kathy Gradia from Hondo, Texas, with their Zenith Ch750 Cruzer aircraft, and Rob Caldwell from Morrisville, North Carolina, with his Bearhawk aircraft. First up, the Zenith.
Oh, y'all all been so supportive. We appreciate it so much.
This is the inside of our 750 Cruzer. We had Stein Air build the panel for us. They did a great job. We're adding an engine monitoring system to the HDX, so a few wires open right now. I've got a safe flight angle of attack up here. I'm a real believer. We've got a 130 Viking engine that is absolutely awesome, great power. And we've got the Duke variable pitch propeller. And this is kind of what it looks like. Very happy with it. This is Kathy. She's the main builder on this, and I just helped, and I'm Alan.
Thank you, Jan. Thanks for flying.
We're gonna do the first flight of Alan's plane today, so I kind of wanted to just walk around and show you guys everything while we're kind of prepping in the morning. But we're gonna kind of, obviously he's got a really nice setup in here. He's got everything rated for IFR. So they've carpeted the back here. We got the panels and stuff on the side. And I think they got their whole panel done, a lot of it done at Stein Air. They are all set up here. And there's a lot of other little, obviously they have the Viking 130 up front, and then they have the Duke variable pitch propeller. We got to put the spinner on this morning, but we're going to be doing a top balance, so walking around for you guys. You can see her. She's awfully pretty. They also did the header tank access panel. A lot of you have asked about that lately. And we'll have some first flight videos soon.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that.
Congratulations, Alan and Kathy, for building a beautiful airworthy aircraft. What an accomplishment. I wonder where they're gonna fly to for their first cross-country adventure. All right, I'm gonna take a few more sips of my coffee before I introduce you to our sponsors who made all of this possible. Introducing Dynon Avionics at dynonavionics.com. Airtech Coatings at airtechcoatings.com. AviNation at AviNationUSA.com. Airworx at airworxaviation.com. And visit our website at experimentalaircraftchannel.com for events, our video library, arranged in easy-to-find playlists on specific topics, affiliate products, aviation merchandise, and so much more. Find clickable links below to our sponsors and special offers available to you. If you like these videos that we're producing weekly, hit that like button and do all the things so you don't miss a single episode. All right, next up is Rob Caldwell with his Bearhawk aircraft. We actually had the opportunity to visit Rob twice in the past to showcase his build progress, and guess what? Now it's flying.
Hi, Katie. It's Rob Caldwell. I'm at the Statesville Regional Airport just north of Charlotte, North Carolina. And I thought I'd check in with you and Brian and give you kind of an update status on the Bearhawk build. So this is my Model B Bearhawk. It took me about 3 years to build this airplane in my little garage underneath my condominium. Brian had come by a couple of years ago, I guess maybe 2.5 years ago, when I was just starting with the kit. And he visited with me, and boy, we've come a long ways since then. Since the garage was so small, we could not put the wings on it, so we brought it up here to the Statesville Regional Airport. We've got this big hangar here behind us, and put the wings on, I guess somewhere around January 2021, and just been working on it ever since to get it airworthy. And the airworthiness certificate was issued on April 16th. We tried to do a first flight, had a little bit of an issue with the brakes, and that took some time to diagnose, actually about 3 weeks actually. Then we finally had our first flight on May 18th, 2021. We're down again, not because of anything too serious, but just have some issues with the gear legs tracking, a little bit of a heavy wing on the left side. So I'm basically doing some fine tuning right now to get the airplane ready to just get out there and work off some hours. Yeah, we're gonna have to fly it pretty hard to get that engine broken, and I'm working with Savvy Aviation on that. They're giving me some really good guidance on what to do so I can have a very well broken engine. So this is my first build on an airplane kit. Yeah, so what modifications did I make to the Bearhawk? Well, I guess the biggest modification I made was with the doors. I created a gull wing door out of carbon fiber frame, and use a latching system from Hendrix that usually goes on the vans, RVs. I've got pneumatic gas struts that push the door open. I had to raise the threshold to get the door to fit, had to modify the top of the door frame. It was a big project. I don't know if I would do it again. I'm happy with the outcome, but it just was a lot of work, and it really slowed down the progress. So let me show you the avionics I have. This is the Dynon Skyview HDX is my primary flight display. I have the Avidyne IFD 540 as a WAS navigator, and I have a built-in iPad mini that's got a cooling fan behind it, so I can use things like ForeFlight and other type of EFB tools. Aerotronics out of Billings, Montana built this panel for me, sent it to me, and it was mostly plug and play, although you got to do a lot of wiring through the engine compartment to bring the engine management system components in. But for the most part, I really do like this Dynon package. It was really sweet. Something I did here, a little bit different, I did tilt my panel forward about 30 degrees, which meant if I had to had my controls on the panel here, I was going to have to offset those so that they would be more of a right angle to my arm as I'm flying here. So that was a little bit of a challenge to, even though I'm tilting my panel up, to create that offset block. And then so a lot of people are going to say, well, why didn't you just mount the controls down here below the panel? Well, I'm 6'2", and my knee kind of pops into that every now and then. And now that we've been flying it, I have no regrets for the placement of these controls. It really is, it's a great position. It's very ergonomic, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. Overall, you can see the inside of my interior is pretty much all black. I have carbon fiber. I don't have a bulkhead up yet because we're still flight testing, and we want to be able to look in the back and poke our head back there from time to time and make sure everything looks okay. But yeah, it's a black fabric finish on the roof. I've got black leather seats. I've got black carpet. So for the power plant, I went with the Lycoming Thunderbolt IO 540. We think we're somewhere around 275 horsepower conservatively, 9-to-1 compression, roller tappets, ported and polished. It's a rocket. If you've watched the first flight video that we did a few weeks ago, you can really hear us excited about what was happening when this thing jumped off the ground.
Right over the taxiway. Okay, you just call it a go. Let's go fly this thing. Okay, here we go.
Traffic.
Disregard the traffic. It's flying. Oh, it's a rocket. That's 90 miles an hour, dude.
And that was a very conservative climb out at about 90 miles per hour and somewhere around 1,300 feet per minute, and we were just very conservative with it. This is the Hartzell Trailblazer prop. It's an 83-inch prop. It's composite, very light. You know, you've got this smooth running engine with those roller tappets and ported and polished, so the engine itself is already smooth. With that light prop on the front, it just adds to the smoothness of this engine. So we're really happy with the performance so far. Like I said, we're still breaking it in. Temps are kind of high when I pitch the nose up and want to do a climb, but once we get that engine broke in, I think we're going to be pretty happy. I did custom build a plenum here out of carbon fiber, and I think so far it looks like it's working pretty well. If nothing else, if it doesn't add to the cooling, I'm just happy that with the fact that I don't have air pressure at the top of my cowling. I didn't want any air pressure pushing up on the top of the cowling. So all the air pressure inside that plenum does not affect the cowling. So when you build a high performance backcountry bush airplane like this and you make it look like an Escalade as opposed to a Chevy pickup truck, everybody wants to know how much it weighs. And you know, the guys in the Bearhawk community, they're always asking you, the first question is, how much does it weigh? What's your empty weight? Well, this one's a little heavy. It came in at 1,560 pounds. That's my leather, that's my carpet, that's my big engine, that's my extra paint, that's you know, my 13-pound WAS Navigator that's in that panel. I mean, there's just a lot of things in there. But I think that was good. We kept it under 1,600 pounds, so we're happy with that weight. Gross weight on this aircraft is 2,500, so we've got a lot of margin here to still carry a lot of weight. So far, I've got about 6.5 hours on the airplane. Like I said, we've been down for a while, trying to work out a few bugs. But I'm gonna have to pound out the hours here because I've been invited to take the airplane up to Oshkosh and display it at the Bearhawk booth. So come see us in Oshkosh at the Bearhawk booth. If everything goes as planned, we'll be there for the full week. But we're looking forward to Oshkosh, and we'll see you there. So Brian asks, what did it feel like flying for the first time, having your aircraft take its very first flight? It was unbelievable. I tell you, the emotions and just, you know, is the thing going to stay together? Did I miss anything? You know, you're always wondering, did I forget something? Is everything we went through it so many times. I don't know how we could have missed a thing. And I tell you, the way I can describe it is, after about an hour and I took my first breath, it felt like an airplane that had been flying for 5, 6, 7 years. It felt like an airplane that, you know, I wasn't fighting it. It wasn't something that was hard to control. It just felt, I think the biggest thing was me. The airplane was fine. I was the biggest problem with that. So overall, I enjoyed that. It's still a little bit anxious. when you're up there in that airplane, knowing that you build it, and you're always thinking, did I miss anything? But I think you got to just put all that aside. Once you put that seatbelt on and you push that throttle in, there's nothing you can do about any of those other things. So just think about flying the airplane, concentrating on your airspeed, your engine instrumentation, your settings, your temperatures, checking all those things out, and just concentrating on doing a good job flying the airplane. So for me, it was exhilarating and anxiety-ridden at the same time.
Congratulations, Rob, and thank you for sharing all of the details about your Bearhawk and what it was like flying it for the very first time. We started this segment to give credit where credit is due to our fellow builders and pilots. It takes real commitment and often sacrifice to build your very own aircraft. So if somebody you know and love just recently completed or had their first flight of an experimental light sport or ultralight aircraft, send us an email to info@experimentalaircraftchannel.com so we can talk about featuring them here on Katie's Report. Thanks for watching this week's episode. Please consider becoming a subscriber and also hit that like button while you're at it. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to connect socially. I'll see you in the next episode here on the Experimental Aircraft Channel.